Hello everybody, welcome to another review. This time I will be reviewing set number 8018, LEGO Star Wars Armored Assault Tank, or AAT. Consists of the AAT and 7 minifigures. It was released in 2010, and let me go on to those minifigures. So, 7 minifigures with Yoda, a clone trooper, 2 battle droids, and 2 what are they called again? 2 super battle droids. That was the word. 3 super battle droids. I said 2. They are all. Let me go into the droids first. The super battle droids and the regular battle droids are all exactly the same. Still had 2 bendy arms. That's because they were meant to be placed in the AAT as drivers, not as, well, battle droids. As for the super battle droid, this was at the time where they used the cannons. So all 3 have these nice blasters. It does make them kind of hard to stand up, and in my display, the place where I have them standing, they fall over a lot. Something worth mentioning. Then for the clone trooper, this is like the Clone Wars variant of the clone trooper. So you see the bendy part. I don't really like it. I like the newer versions of the clone troopers, but well, they're not too bad actually. It's a phase 1 trooper. It has a long rifle, no printing on the legs, and underneath it has the old clone face, which is better than the angry clone face of recent years, and worse than the new clone face they have. In my opinion, it is. And for Yoda, also the Clone Wars Yoda, mine has a little bit of scuff marks on the hair. It's not too bad, but it's still noticeable. And it has the neon green lightsaber in this light. Wow, it really shines. That's pretty cool. Mine didn't came with any bubbles, although I am going to replace it, or have been replacing it with the more green look instead of this kind of yellowish green. As for the print, it's pretty basic, no back printing, with the short legs, and I do believe, I do believe that the lightsaber, it kind of should be shorter. This is the real one. This is how it should be in the set. It's accurate, but it should be a little shorter, in my opinion. But let's go on to the AAT itself. So for the AAT itself, first of all, I didn't mention the price. The price was about 50 euros when it came out, and I got mine together with some other sets for about 40 bucks for a couple of sets. So that's a pretty good deal, especially since the only thing that isn't accurate are these gray parts, and so I already switched one of them, the light gray one. They should be dark gray, and I switched one of them in the set somewhere, but I don't have enough to make them all the dark gray, the more accurate. First of all, the size. It's a pretty big set, especially compared to the newer one that came out recently. This is a way bigger compared to this one, and they're at 15 euros difference. It doesn't really show. I mean, I'm still baffled by the price difference and how much it does for this one. I mean, it's way bigger, but I will get a comparison out of the way another time between these two. But I just really needed to show, especially the size difference. Let's go on to the features. So first of all, for the features, you have the cannons. They can tilt up and down, and you can shoot them, although they are a bit hard to use, and because of the long rifles, they don't really work that well. And what I do have to say is they fall off pretty easily, so be mindful if you ever get it. The big one, also pretty great. It can move up and down and side to side. That I do quite like it, and it stops at a reasonable point. For the figures, you can put one battle droid right up here. Let me just get one. They can sit up here. You can, in fact, you should be able to close it to have them sitting in here, but it doesn't really work like that. So they're quite often just used for sitting up and having one looking out of it. Does look pretty cool. I'll take them out again. So this latch can open and go back down. Then you can also put one sitting inside, like he's driving it. It has some controls down here. Hard to get light in. There's some controls, and you can put a figure in there. But it's pretty hard to access. That's why they have a little card coming out of the back. So if you look right here, and you press this down, then you can put it out, and then you have a little card. It's like a troop carrier or some kind of carrier. And then you can put the battle droids right here. You can make him hold on to the blue part. It's a bit hard to do with one hand, so excuse me for that. No, you can have him hold on to the blue part, the legs, no, I don't care. And then you can turn it back up, and you can put him back in there. Just if it wants to work. I would advise using two hands on this because it's pretty hard doing it with one, but it's doable. And those are pretty much all the features. As for, yeah, the top, it spins. There are some loose parts, like these antennas. They want to fall off fairly often. For the downside, it's pretty flat, and with those round tiles, it makes that you can spin it about, and I really like doing it, so that's why you see me doing it in this video a lot. But it doesn't really have any more features than what I just said. So let's go on to my final thoughts. So, as for my thoughts, I quite like the set, but for as you should buy it, I don't know, I think if you really want a vehicle, you should buy the newer one. Not because it's better, but because it's easier to get a hand of. And the normal second-hand retail value is about the same as what it originally was. Like about 40 to 50 euros is what you can find it for. If you can find it for cheaper than 30, I would say do it. I would say this one is better to have than the newer one. But the arguments can be made for both ways. If you want a sealed, then you shouldn't go for this one. Sealed, it goes for way too much to even consider it. So, in that sense, I would say buy the newer one. As for figure-wise, this one is way better. Like, way better. It has the same Jedi and clone and 2 battle droids, but it also has 3 super battle droids included with the set. The new one doesn't have it. And it's more accurate with the rifle size, or the main cannon size, compared to the rest of the ship. Which the new one doesn't really have that going for it. But do I like the set? Yes, I quite like the set. I'm happy that I have it. Although, having 2 of the same vehicle, not the same size, not the same scale, is pretty weird. So if you want to buy multiple of them, make sure you buy multiple of the same sets, because they are drastically different in size and in scale and in everything, actually. In style even. So getting them next to each other, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It makes them both look inaccurate, and that's not what you would want. You would want them to have an army of them, if you want it. So by buying multiple of the same ones, I would advise to do that, and in that way the newer one is better. I will be reviewing the newer one sometime in the future, and I'll put a full on comparison between the two. But this was it. So, but this was it for this video, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. If you like the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe while you're at it, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.